All right, before we go into our request to speak, there's been a lot of buzz today about our external report for the Uinta lunch situation. And so I just wanted to read a statement before we do that. And then again, when if anybody else shows up a little bit later. But I want you to know that we did hear from our independent external investigators on the school lunch issue. And although the Squire report is a final report, Mr. Osler's report is still in a draft, and we need to have that finalized. So we want, instead of releasing them on two different times, we want to release them together. We felt like that was better. And we think that it will probably, our timeline right now is in 2 weeks, that we'll be able to have everything released out into the public in 2 weeks. It was clear to the board members that there was a multifaceted breakdown of communication that precipitated the situation at Uinta. And so as we get ready to get those reports prepared to be released, those will be done hopefully, well, they will be in 2 weeks. So let's go ahead with our request to speak. And the first person that I have on my list is Erica Lukes. Hello, how are you?
I would be better if we would get some answers to our questions 8 months later. We teach our children at school not to bully, and I am unfortunately very aware that the way you go about your business is bully mentality, and I know personally, and then also what you have done to our lunch lady has been absolutely despicable. And I would just like an answer from the superintendent. When did you authorize the Salt Lake City Police Department to go into our school when there were children there and teachers and parents and ask Ms. Shirley to go down to police headquarters to have questions at police headquarters? Can you answer that question for me? Was that you that decided to do that?
I don't know.
So then would that be Kelly Orton?
We don't respond to questions and requests to speak, but
You don't respond to questions when we call you, so transparency is not your forte for sure. But anyway, so as you guys know, Ms. Shirley at school had two police officers come in and in front of our kids and parents take her down to the Salt Lake City Police Department for questioning. This questioning had to do with the school lunch issue. So I'm assuming that one of you here probably knows about that. But again, since your lack of transparency is more than evident to all of us, I'm sure you won't have anything to say about that. So as a parent, and having you completely not acknowledge us, and when you do, it is so disingenuous. You have no desire to get to the truth, to give us the truth, and I think that it is no wonder that education is in such a state in our state, and why we are the second to lowest state in the country for education is because we have people like you that don't stand up for us and you don't tell us the truth. And so I just hope, and I know that we are not going anywhere, and we will be there until the end, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next person